Days ago when I... What do you get? That's like a message. Right. Tried this a few days ago. Ended up, didn't like it. It was a bit of a rush video. Basically me finding some new woodland. Bit of wind noise. Hopefully it goes. So ended up editing the video then just deleting it. So done away with the 511 Rush 72 backpack. I've still got it, but got myself a 100 litre bergen. And not my woods. We found a very small woodland. There's a few in the area, but this is the one that's on top of the hill. The rest are a bit low. Now I've not actually been in this one yet. There's the first one I've actually been in it. No rubbish, no track, no people, midges and wildlife. Don't know if you can see it. It's down there. All them leaves are covered in bird poo. Possibly owl. Bit of an old skull. Half a skull. I'm going to try and find a clearing, set up a basher. I'm very close to the footpath. Yeah, I'm trying to find a bit of an opening. Set up temporary camp, only out for a few hours. Just to get a feel of the place. I've got a new axe as well, hatchet. Place is a damn death trap. But yeah, yaesu 817, going to get that set up with an external power supply in the form of a jump pack, portable jump pack for a car. And the Wonder Wand antenna, I think it is. Yeah, Wonder Wand. And we'll flick around the band and see what we can find. Monday afternoon, I was due to come out yesterday, but I had some injection on Saturday. Absolutely fine. Sunday lunchtime, my bottom of my spine was like electric shocks, like I've been stabbed a million times in the bottom of my spine. I'd sit straight down, I couldn't move for 8 hours, and then even after 8 hours I was fucking useless. Today, not so good. I'm still a bit shaky and wobbly on my feet. So we all know what injection I've had. First one was fine, second one was fine until the day later, and today I'm still feeling a bit shit. But right, hopefully there's not too much wind noise. Still on the edge by the field. We literally just doubled back on myself because I like it here. Might as well get it set up and stop waffling. As soon as I hit record I can hear thunder. We've had a head of a heat wave recently. We were due a thunderstorm last week, but we never got it. So this side, rocket pouch, I've got the 4x4 DD tarp. I was going to put that up first. It's at the top of the pack, easy access. Underneath is the hammock, just because it's sort of squidgy, kind of goes up together. Admin stuff, top is a waterproof bag. And then water and canteen. Top is a small small molly bag, housing the yaesu and everything I need for a little bit of amateur radio. And then another bottle of water. Another bottle of water. The new axe, cheap as I could find. Still got my other one, but I haven't managed to put the handle on the head yet. So this was $9.99 from a shop that sounds like fixing screws. We might not use that today, but there's a lot of dead wood on the floor. I do want to get the gasifier out, but it's now thundering. Because of the foliage I can't see much of the sky behind me. It does look like it's getting dark. So anyway, axe. This is all my clothes. I camp all year round. I don't have a summer bag and a winter bag. Like you know, if you followed me for a while, I don't like packing for seasons. I think it's stupid in this country. So I carry waterproofs. It's beginning of June now. We just had a heat wave. I've still got a waterproof jacket, winter jacket. There's a hat, fleece, scarf, gloves, softy trousers, mosquito net, everything I need in there. And in here, it's first aid kit, mess tin, stove, a few camp accessories. Obviously, I'd get shelter and stuff out first. The second bag I pull out if I'm getting a brew on. Right, because of the weather conditions, it's safe to say whatever I'm not using, I'm going to put back in the bergen. I think I'm going to put the tarp up just because I can hear thunder. Where I want to set the basher up, so I'm just knocking off anything that might protrude me or the tarp. Got limited space here, and all this is dead. I mean, it's rotten. We're not injuring any trees. See, look, dead and rotten. So as I started to decide not to get the tarp out, it literally started raining instantly. So I've just slung it up to kind of a lean-to. Was going to go A-frame. Not a lot of room between these trees, and I haven't explored the entire woodland yet to find an actual opening for camp. This is what base camp here is going to be for today. So I've got a back wall and a roof, and the front is just excess. Could have folded it in half to make it smaller. Tied to a tree. This corner here is staked to the ground. There's a ridge line. Let's go off to that tree. Ridge line on that tree. This corner here is wrapped around a tree, tied to that one. Same over there. We won't go into great detail. We can all put a tarp up. We'll go a bit further away. There's the tarp. It's just in case it rains. I mean, it's just stopped now. It was raining all the time I put that up. So that was priority, was getting up the tarp. So it can rain all it wants now, because I don't particularly want my yaesu getting wet. So I just buried that in the bergen. So I've got the tarp ready. So now I can transfer all this stuff, that's splash proof and waterproof, into the shelter, and I can still hang the hammock off that tree over there and this one here. Right, now let's see if we can get this on camera, how long it takes up to set up emergency communications. In this format of the yaesu 817. Car jump pack, 12 volt. Ooh, little green flies everywhere. Tuner for the Wonder Wand. Telescopic multi-mode antenna for HF. Also covers 6 meters, 2 meters and 70 centimeters. Microphone. And the big question is all DXs have forgotten in the past. We've all done it. We're all guilty. The power lead. Anyone who does portable radio at some point will confirm or admit that they have forgotten a connector, a power lead, a microphone, or if you're operating more than one radio at once, it's not unusual to pick up the wrong microphone, or sometimes people give out the wrong call sign if they've got more than one call sign. Today's activation is under the call sign of Mike 6 Charlie Tango Papa stroke QRP, or portable, but it wouldn't be unusual. It's got to be at least a handful of times over the years so I've used my Charlie Tango call sign. Wouldn't be human if I didn't make mistakes. Right, we'll have this level, I think. Stick that on there. Put that in there. Better extend the antenna. It's a 5-foot whip. We are in the air. Whether or not anyone else is out there is a different matter. But it's that simple. Right, so the station's up and running. I'm not expecting too much, being a Monday afternoon. It's 4:30. Yeah, time you never know. As I said, I should have been out yesterday with more chance of getting more contacts on the radio. But yeah, shelter set up. Station is only temporary. We're limited to just a few hours of battery life. If I was here more permanently, I'd bring a solar panel or a bigger battery, or return to the car where I've got the solar system and a 90 amp hour battery. But yeah, I can stand up. I've got headroom in here. Not completely. I mean, it will pull water if it does drain dramatically, but again, it's not put up for overnight. This is only put up for a few hours. The small showers we may or may not get today. If they pull up, I'll just knock them off. And if it gets really bad, I can change configuration. So as you can see, I've got plenty of room to walk through the shelter there. Nice square shelter. And if I lay down, I can see out. I've got it set up parallel to the rectangular wood I'm in. So the footpath right along parallel to the woods that way. The back off the basher being camo is facing that way, and the field is covered that way. And then walk across this field. Shouldn't see my legs because this is only sort of waist high or waist low. This is exposed, but then they won't see in because of the overgrowth. Right, so that's it really. That's the shelter, that's the station set up. Gonna make the radio table more structured than just the bergen, because I want to get a brew on the go. I think I'm gonna wander around, pick some deadwood up and get the gasifier stove going. Been slugging water to keep hydrated, but no, I wouldn't mind a coffee. And there's the rear. Again, it's not pulled tight, it's just slung up. It's not a video on how to set up a tarp. I've got a video showing that. Right, I'm going to chill for a bit, have a little wander, see what happens, come back to you in a bit. This reveals a stable surface for a stove, removes any flammable objects, and makes it easy for the the most important thing afterwards is leave no trace. I can just kick it back over. So now we're dealing with other implicants in applications more dangerous than putting up a tarp. First aid kit should have been the first thing to come out. Today it's not the first one to come out. Now I've got rations in there, food wise. Careful not to block the walkway, because that leads to the shelter. I don't want to be dumping the bags there. I'll trip on them. There is my trusty mess tin, my fire kit, and my stealthy gasifier stove. I do like this stove. I need a new one. It's so old. It's rusted out, and I had to temporarily fix the bottom with a tin can and put some holes in it to keep it going. all for the sake of 20 quid for a new one. Right. Now I'm going to go and find some sticks. Literally just been grabbing sticks from arm's distance. I haven't actually go anywhere. Tall trees close together fighting for sunlight, bash against each other in the wind, and all this firelighter material drops to the ground for me to burn. Again, this is not a how-to video on how to use tarp or stove. This is me make the brew. And if you're a subscriber, you will see that I've done this before. I'm not showing you anything new. And firelighting, loads of methods. You can use what you want, do what you want. I'm doing this because I want to. If you want to do something else, you can do something else. There's always someone that comments and says you should be doing this, you should be doing that. For those that don't know, this is petroleum jelly, aka Vaseline. Cotton wool pads. Buy both these ingredients at the supermarket. Nothing special, nothing bushcrafty. Aim for the cotton wool pad that's been opened up, it's more fluffy. A lot of the cotton wool pads are quite glossy and they're hard to take a spark. That's why I always tear one open, or both, or four if you want to use 4 or 5, whatever it takes you to light a fire, whatever method you use that works. Don't let anyone else tell you you're doing it wrong if it works. Right. Kitchen's open. Now all that's left in the bergen is a hammock and a waterproof jacket. Spin this around. Metals down here. Fire that side. Just about to say, I'm trying to be careful of these nettles. I think I've already nettled myself in the knuckle, not sure. There's so many little cuts and bruises everywhere. Got myself a little folding cup. If anyone random turns up, always make sure you've got resources to make them a cup of coffee. As it's just me, there's one more thing left in the bergen. One of these for me, one for someone else and one for a spare. And my cup. Gotta have my cup. Now if you're saying, oh, I'm a bit too dangerous and get a bit too close to that flame, now that's the first bit of traffic we've had to go past in about 2 hours. Yeah, don't worry about the flame, don't worry about me. If you're worried about flames and fire and sharp things, keep away from them. Got that as well, windshield, wind reflector, heat reflector. Such a nice day now, we don't need it. Yep. Gonna have one of those. long spoon, because big mug, short spoon would fall in there. Same when I'm making food, I can stir it with this, doesn't fall into the pan. Keep handle cool. Long spoons are good, we like long spoons. By the way, enough to chat. Fire's on. Important to measure your water properly. I like to measure mine in yays, about yay much. And then we do some more sit backing and chilling. That won't take long. Right. Someone walking out in the middle of the field. I'll never see me.
I'm a member of Bishop Auckland Amateur Radio Club, radio amateur, put it in the correct terms. But yeah, it was a fantastic evening, and good to see you as well. Back to you. Over. Kind of what I think we're trying to see here, but yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Let the fun and games begin on Saturday with a go at the end, yeah, definitely. Anyway,
Good advantage point here. From kneeling down, I can see underneath the shelter, looking over the field. For anyone coming over to steal my radio gear, coast is clear and my coffee is nearly done. What's all that about? What's all that about? Couldn't work out from a golden angle to that tree or up against the tarp. Truthfully, I shouldn't be getting this out at all because I am going to sit down and do nothing. But that is partially what this is all about. If it breaks, it breaks. Well, honestly, you can't see me from there. Well, I've been laid in the hammock for a little while. Could have quite easily fallen asleep. It's 10 to 7, still broad daylight, doesn't get dark, it's all gone 10 now. I could do with spending a few more hours here, but the missus finishes work shortly. So I want to get packed up and get out of here. Could just be rude and stay here, make another coffee, because I fancy another coffee. I've explored as much as I want to explore. Probably going to come back and do the same again soon, another couple of hours, a few hours. Bring the radio. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Again, new place, I'm just sussing it out. I want to get familiar with the traffic, the wildlife. There's a rabbit running off up there. Yeah, again, there's a public, looking at the OS maps, there is a public footpath running up there. but it's far away from me not to be bothered about it. If I had a fire here in the evening, the nearby houses probably wouldn't see it. Anyone driving by, just be a normal smell for around here. And again, as long as I don't do too much talking loudly, no one's going to hear me. It's on the doorstep. It's half an hour walk. However, my car is parked just down there somewhere because I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm going to get packed up and head off home, cook some dinner. I really do fancy turning the radio on, but I can do that from home. Right, we'll do a time lapse of packing up camp. Time lapse is always good. Right, bergen's packed up, and for those that didn't notice, I left the tarp till last. The reason I left the tarp for last is any problems. I might have injured myself, and then started to rain, or stuff could still be falling down on me, and people could still see me while I'm packing up. So I left the camo tarp up, and I left my cup out till last, because not sure if the time lapse picked it up, but periodically through packing up I was sipping water to keep hydrated, and I will make sure that the last of my water was dispersed and poured on there. Burn mark, scorch mark from on the soil from the gasifier, and I left myself with one last bit to keep myself hydrated before I set off. And then all my water's gone, so my pack's a lot lighter, which brings us to leave no trace. Now, the amount of ash that I left from that, you can see it dispersing in the air, is minimum. The ground was cold, but I saturated it anyway with remaining water. Kicked back over what I took off in the first place. Gotta make it look official. There you go. Same where I had my hammock and tarp. Leave no trace. There's a bit of rubbish here blown in from the farm, from the field, sorry, not the farm, oh, from the field there. See, something's going to blow in. Apart from that, there's no other rubbish in here. And if you're one of these people that like to leave rubbish and hack trees to death, then roll over and die. Right, so now cordage is at the top, basher or tarp, hammock in the bottom, all my camp stuff's on the side. I think I said waterproof bag when I first got here, but in the top's a waterproof jacket. If anyone picked up on that. Right at the beginning when I got the bergen out, it's a waterproof jacket at the top, not. Anyway, right, so I'm going to finish my water now, put my cup and bottle away, and head off. I've got drinks in the car, so there's no point me carrying it. I haven't got far to walk. Otherwise, I would recommend keeping water for the walk back. I'm literally, I don't know, 100 feet from the car. It's a lazy one today. I think I'll make it. I could probably find the car blindfolded. I'm that close to it. Cup's not playing ball. There we go. Bergen's packed up. I had the tripod in there on the way, but I think I'm just going to carry the tripod out. But yeah, the amount of people I've seen 2 or 3 walking in the distance along the footpath that I have seen on Google Earth, OS map and Google Earth. The other locations had footpaths one up the side of them. There is a country lane that way. Again, the woods are 100 feet in width, but I think it was cyclists I heard while I was in the hammock, but they're just going to hear wind in each other's voices as they cycle by. The guy we saw, I think was walking or running, he's not going to be able to see in here unless he physically stops and looks, and the cars, they're doing 30 to 70 mile an hour. They're not going to see me or hear me at all. So it's not the most ideal secluded place. I'd like to find somewhere a bit better, but everywhere I've been searching since I moved up to County Durham. and I was just lucky with owning my own woodland. But up here, all I'm finding is proof of idiots who make these camps and just smash all the trees up. Big piles of felled trees for no reason. Car tyres set on fire. Bags of rubbish, like they've been there for the weekend, bagged up all the rubbish and left the fucking bag. What is that about? Yeah, all sorts of shit left everywhere. So I've been avoiding them places like a plague. Although I found them, they look like suitable places. I stopped videoing them because I was getting there and these places were just a mess, human mess. Found this one after about 6-7 months. And yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's been in here, so I think I'll be back. I've left it how I found it, how I expect it to be found. And yeah, I'm going to get off home. It's 10 past now, so it'll be 20 minutes to pack up. It's quite a long time. But I was doing it at a nice leisurely pace. I'm not 100%. I was stopping for water and just chilling out. That's what it's all about. So on that one, we'll catch you on the next video. I was going to build a little wooden table to put the radio on my coffee, but I'll do it next time when I've got more time. I think I might dig out a fire pit and do a little reflective wall windbreaker out of sticks. So if I do a fire, houses in the distance won't see the flames. We'll have to wait and see, because this is a stealth camp. Although I'm not here tonight, I'm only here for a few hours. I think if I do a stealth camp in the future, it will have to be proper stealth with being... I mean, we're a couple of miles from houses. There's no people around here, but it's always good to practice it. Like even in my own woodland, I've stealth camped. Right, I talk too much. See ya.